Always come when I need you. You know I'll be there for you.
Hey guys, my name is Royina. I have type 1 diabetes and welcome back to my channel. So I know I had dropped off the map there for a bit, but it's because I had to focus on some personal issues. But now I'm back and I'll be posting on a regular basis again. So watch this space for more. And let's just jump into it. So today's video is about exercising, specifically how to get back to an exercise routine if you've just been hospitalized and are recovering, or if you've just been diagnosed with a chronic illness and you want to sort of get a healthier lifestyle, or change your lifestyle up a bit, or simply if you've never exercised before in your life and this is something you want to do. So a lot of people, when they think about exercising, and especially that was the case with me, I used to exercise a lot before, but then after my diagnosis I was not able to exercise immediately post diagnosis, of course, because my body had been through a lot and it really wouldn't take exercise too well. For instance, I would do like one crunch and I would have low blood sugar for the entire day the next day. And so exercise is something that really needs to be built on. A lot of people just jump into it, and a mistake that I think people commonly make is whenever they have to start exercise, they immediately sign up for that 1 year subscription, go to the gym and start doing whatever everyone else around them is doing. So they'll really push themselves very hard, but that's not the correct way to go about it, because whether you're recovering from illness or something like that, or if you've never exercised before, it's pretty much the same. You need to start at a beginner's level and then build up on that foundation, because exercise is a marathon and not a sprint. So the first thing to do if you want to start exercising again, and especially if you're recovering post hospitalization, is to simply walk. Now walking is so underrated because people think that, okay, it's not really an activity which involves a lot of exertion, so how is it going to help? But actually walking about 8,000 steps a day can burn about 500 calories, and up to 10,000 steps a day or more burns even more than that, obviously. And because the activity doesn't require that much physical effort, in terms of you're not really pushing yourself that hard but you're still burning calories, it's a good activity to do. It's quite gentle, and if you are recovering right now, this is probably the best activity for you, because your body has been through so much that it can't really take the exertion of exercise and burpees and push-ups and things like that. So walking is a really good way to start. And in the beginning, actually, post hospitalization, I could barely walk. I mean, I would walk for 20 minutes and then I would suddenly, like, my blood sugar would drop to 34. That happened like many times. So I had to build up on it. That's how your body is when it's recovering. Even the smallest things can make a huge difference. But walking is definitely a good way to start. And I would say that try to hit about a 10,000 step count, because if you ever practice self-CC, because most of us are at home or at work or at university, so we are at these places and we think we're moving around, but actually if you track the number of steps you walk, they probably hit a maximum of say 2,000. I mean, for me, some days it doesn't even hit 1,000 steps. So that's really little. Even if you take the stairs consciously all the time, you're not hitting the actual number you should. But if you start trying to hit 10,000 steps a day, what you'll notice is you have to spend a lot of your time walking. So you actually need to carve out the time in your schedule. So you'll be carving out, let's say, 30 minutes, 40 minutes a day just to hit that step count. So it kind of gets you into the habit to set aside certain amount of time in the entire day to exercise and sort of, get into the routine of it, but without actually so much physical exertion. And walking about 30 minutes a day can help you reach a step count. It's really healthy, and I would say that's the best way to start. The second thing to do is always start at the beginner's level. Even if you used to exercise a lot earlier, I used to exercise thrice a week before I got diagnosed, but then post my diagnosis I started again at the beginner's level. I didn't really jump into an intermediate or medium level, and I think that's because is also here. I think it's because a lot of people, when they want to start exercising, they don't admit to themselves that they actually need to learn the basics, and that's a mistake I made the first time I started exercising too. I immediately jumped into an intermediate level because I thought, okay, how hard can crunches or push-ups and stuff be? But it's really important to start at the beginner's level so that you can get your form right, you can really work on building that strength. And like with exercise, the foundation is the strongest. If you're able to do moves in a correct manner, you can ensure that you don't hurt yourself, and then you build up on that. You go on, you do harder exercises, but it's really important to start at a beginner's level. And like I said, I've noticed a lot of people, especially those who just want to start exercising, they go to the gym and they start like immediately like 30 minutes, 40 minutes on the cardio, lifting heavy weights, and you're just going to end up hurting yourself, or you're going to have burnout where you're going to be exhausted all the time because your body can't suddenly adjust to that. I mean, if I asked you to run a marathon today and you've never run one before in your life, you can't just suddenly do like 5 kilometers under 30 minutes. It's not going to be possible. I mean, can you still do 5 kilometers under 30 minutes? I don't know, but the point being that you can't just push your body to do something suddenly. You need to, run up to it, build up towards it. So the best way to do is start at a beginner's level. Then the third thing is to realize that there are different types of exercises for different body types, for different medical conditions, and you need to find out what is the best one for you. So this is why it is really, really, really important to either consult with a doctor or with a trainer before you start any sort of exercise. If you want to simply get a lean body, perhaps yoga is a better option. If you want to get lean muscle, cardio with weights. If you want to get really bulked up, you need to follow that with a diet, and again like a strict bulking and cutting regime. So what your goals are and what your body type is and what medical conditions you have, these things are all going to affect the type of exercise you should be doing. So I would suggest that always consult with either a doctor or a trainer before you start exercise. And I know that in India there's a concept where people are very hesitant to do so, because a lot of us assume that we just know what is best for ourselves, but we really don't. They're specialists for a reason, so it's always best to look for their advice, because you don't want to end up doing something that may hurt you in the long run, right? Everyone's aim is to be their fittest self possible. So in order to that, if you need to take out 30 minutes in your day to meet a doctor once, I think that's worth it. And the last thing would be stay patient and stick with it. Now what happens when a lot of people start exercising, they expect results immediately. They want to see results within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But actually, if you want to really see effects of exercise, it takes anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks, and that is also affected by lots of factors. What type of exercise you're doing, what is your diet, things like that can really affect how it's going to come up. So you really need to be patient, because I feel exercise is as much of a mental activity as a physical activity. I mean, you're doing crunches, you're doing push-ups, you're pushing yourself over there, you're asking yourself to do another round, but it's pretty much a mental game too, because you really need to have the patience to stick with it. You really need to have discipline to wake up every day and go to the gym for 30 minutes. So I would say that if you started exercise, stick with it, try to do your best, don't give up really soon. If you want, speak to someone who also is exercising, or someone whose opinion you care about. Ask them to help you out, because I think that many of us are afraid to ask for help, but people are always willing to give it to you when you need it. For example, when I wanted to start exercising, I asked my mother and sister for help, because they used to exercise a lot and I wasn't too familiar with the process, and because they are familiar with it and how to go about it, I was able to avoid a lot of mistakes at the beginning. And yeah, that's about it. Also remember that you don't always need a gym to start exercising. I know that a lot of people postpone starting exercise because they say, I haven't found a good gym yet, I haven't found a good trainer yet, and things like that. But you could exercise at home. I mean, I exercise using only YouTube videos. So I do Millionaire Hoy, I do Blog Pilates, I do yoga with Adrian, and I find that it's pretty helpful. So if you're someone who's feeling a little conscious about going to the gym, if you are not that comfortable working out with other people, or if you simply just want to try getting into a routine before you actually sign up for a gym, YouTube is a really good source for this. And the trainers, again, they help you a lot with what is your correct posture, and you can see that and do it. But if it's your first time exercising ever, I would say that while using a YouTube video for reference, also have someone who exercises regularly there just to monitor you and help you out for the first few times. It could just be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be a sister, it could be your dog, but okay, not your dog, but you get what I mean. It's always good to have someone around the first few times you do it. And yeah, that's about it. So if you guys are going to start exercising soon, let me know down in the comments. Let me know if this video was helpful for you, because I know that I was looking up how to really get into exercise post-diagnosis and I didn't find much on that. So I wanted to put this video out there for everyone who wants to get back to the routine. and they don't know where to start. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, and please subscribe and share this video so that we can raise awareness about healthy lifestyles, about type 1 diabetes, and really help change people's lives. And my Instagram is also linked down below, so in case you guys have any questions, please feel free to hit me up, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.